Previously on Joseph Sylvia's Childhood Fears. Joseph did 6 things wrong with Barney's Night Before Christmas. Today, in honor of the National Football League kicking off its preseason, he is discussing the teams that do not belong in their current NFL divisions. What are those teams? Let's find out. And now, here's the man that's going to talk to you about his childhood fears, Joseph Sylvia. Hello everyone, this is Joseph Sylvia, aka the WCVB5 fan here, and today, welcome to another episode of Joseph Sylvia's Childhood Fears. Last time, I discussed 6 things wrong with Barney's Night Before Christmas. Tonight, the NFL is going to, at the time you're watching this, the NFL is going to host its annual Hall of Fame game, which is a game that they do the first Thursday of August. So yeah. And in honor of that, I found, ever since 2019, when I was at a boarding school, my clinician told me that a certain team, which I'll get to that in a little later, shouldn't be in their division, which I agree with him, but I'll discuss that later. But what are those 5 teams? Now, with that being said, what are those 5 teams that do not belong in their NFL division, in their current NFL divisions? Let's find out. These are 5 NFL teams that do not, and I mean do not, belong in their current divisions. Number 1, Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, this is the logo of the Carolina Panthers. This is their current stadium, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, if you look on the map, you'll see that North Carolina, it's kind of in the east, but as you can see, Bank of America Stadium is more towards the south of North Carolina as opposed to the east. And I found this team should easily belong in the NFC South for this reason, along with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. So yeah. Number 2, Miami Dolphins. So, I will say this: I can understand kind of why the Miami Dolphins are in the AFC East currently. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. Give me a moment. Sorry about that, guys. Let's look at this stadium. This is Hard Rock Stadium, also home to the University of Miami, as you can see here in the logo. This stadium actually was the host of Super Bowl 54, fun fact. And also, Miami is the city that hosted the most NFL Super Bowls, with 11. Now, this is what I was referring to when I said I kind of understand why they're in the AFC East, because Hard Rock Stadium is in the eastern portion of Florida, but it's more towards the south. And it's far west from other teams that belong in the East, and that are in the AFC or NFC East. So yeah, it's like so just put the Dolphins in the AFC South along with the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans, and the Houston Texans. Number 3. Baltimore Ravens. This team, for some reason, is in the AFC North. But does this make sense to you when I show you the map? I'll show you that in a second. First, I'll show you the stadium, which is M&T Bank Stadium. Does this make sense that they're in the North? No. As you can see, they're more in the middle of the East instead of, well, they're slightly in the North, but they're more in the East than they are to the North, as the map shows here. So yeah, I mean, Number 4. The Indianapolis Colts. This team actually is one of 2 NFL teams I'm mentioning here. Oh, by the way, go back to the Ravens real quick. Just put the Ravens in the AFC East along with the Patriots, Jets, and the Bills, by the way. That's my message to the league regarding that team. Now let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, this is their stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium. This opened in 2006, I believe. Or maybe, actually, I think it might have been, I think it hosted its first and currently only Super Bowl in 2012. I could be wrong, though. I'd have to look it up. But this is in Indianapolis, Indiana. As you can see, this state, Indiana, is way up in the north, and the stadium is not even in the southern portion of Indiana at all. So it's like that just doesn't work for me. But if you think that's, if that's the worst team, you ain't seen nothing yet, because we got one more team to talk about that's not in the correct division. And finally, number 5. The Dallas Cowboys. Yes. This is one of only 2 NFL teams to host an annual Thanksgiving Day game at and that's their home stadium, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And now, I mean, yeah, AT&T Stadium may be in the eastern portion of Texas, but look at this. Houston is actually further east, and they're in the AFC South, which makes sense. Texas is not in the east at all, so why can't it be in the AFC? So as for the stadiums, it has 27 teams that do make sense, but the other 5 I just wish that they would just rearrange them and put them in their correct divisions. Like, for my advice is just switch the Carolina Panthers to the NFC South, to the NFC East, and Texas to the NFC South, because North Carolina, like over here, is way out east than Texas is. And move the Dolphins to the south, the Indianapolis Colts to the north, and the Baltimore Ravens to the east. So that's my suggestion to the NFL. And if any of you disagrees with me, opinion respected. But thank you all for watching, and don't get scared.